I like to make people happy, and I like to be creative, so it's the best of both worlds because you get to create something that makes somebody happy. And it's tasty too. My husband and I work together on a daily basis. We are co-owners of Merci Beaucoup Cakes, and it's just wonderful because he's always there for me. He calls himself the cake spouse. He does all the deliveries, he helps with the business, and he gives me shoulder rubs from time to time. If you want to make it in this business, it takes a lot of hard work. The more hours you put into it, the more you practice, the more money you can make. Not something that happens overnight. It does take some time. Nothing is perfect the first time out, so you just have to keep trying and trying and trying. And then eventually, it will be almost perfect. I've always loved the look of fondant on cake. It just makes a cake look so finished. And when you have something sitting out and on display at a party or event, you want that cake to look like it's just porcelain, and fondant does that. If somebody asks me what I've used from day one, it's always been fondant. I just love the consistency of it. I love that I can roll it paper thin, and I'm not even lying, it's the truth. I prefer to use a pre-made flour whenever I can. Saves on labor, saves on product cost, it just saves time. And in the cake business, time is where you either make your money or lose your money. My suggestion is to perfect 1 or 2 flours that you make yourself, and that could be your signature flour, and then go ahead and purchase all your filler flours and anything else you don't feel as comfortable in making. Not a sin, and let me tell you, everybody does it. If you're gonna have a flour on hand, it should definitely be a medium white rose, because then you can color any rose any color you want. If you have the medium, you can always add extra petals yourself to make it a larger rose. If you need something smaller than a medium, then chances are you could probably whip those out yourself. It's always a good idea to have some bargain sprays on hand. I rarely ever just use the spray itself. You cut them up and you make your own little bouquets and you put them onto anything. Pricing a cake is very hard. There's no straight cut method of why is this person's cake $9 a slice and why is this person's $3 a slice. There's a lot of variables in between. When you're starting out, it's not necessarily about your cake prices, but how much profit you're making for each cake. So what are some of the tools to achieve that? It's really important that you do have your fondant skills and you are able to create a cake that somebody else in your market doesn't necessarily do. You want to make sure that the time that you spend on a cake is spent wisely. You got to think smarter. Save the money, put it into the cake, and make some profit.